All right, you're going to take a tour with Sheriff Whittington. By the way, Sheriff Whittington has done yeoman work out here along with all the other emergency command centers.
When you speak to people in Washington, where I've been this past week voting, that's the report. That here, the local, the state, and the federal partners have all been doing good work in terms of helping those who are affected, getting them to where they would be safe, but also trying to minimize damage. So just hats off to Sheriff Whittington and everybody who's been involved.
What was your initial thoughts?
It's one thing to see it in a picture, it's another to see it in person. And of course, this is this neighborhood, but you understand on the other side of the river, there's whole neighborhoods, larger neighborhoods affected. So you realize these folks have to put their lives back together. And that's what, once the parish and state work through it, that's my commitment to help the federal government as they help these folks get their lives back together.
You looked at this water in the River Bluff subdivision here. The houses are just almost all submerged. There are some that have managed to sandbag around them and save a few. What is your assessment of that?
Well, man, the people that sandbagged, they must have been working 24/7 and had a lot of people working with them, so good for them. But it shows that if you built here, how far the river has risen. Because they would have only built such nice homes had they felt totally secure they would not flood. And so that's a kind of testimony to, one, how the river rose, but two, how it kind of rose rapidly and unexpectedly. That's part of the story here, right? The crest wasn't accurately predicted, so people who could have prepared perhaps could not have prepared.
Had you ever seen anything like this down around Baton Rouge, South Louisiana, besides Katrina? We know it's the 10th anniversary of Katrina coming up.
Hurricane Isaac was somewhat like this, where there was just a wind that was blowing from the southeast, and it just took Lake Pontchartrain into St. John Parish and St. Charles Parish. And it was a little bit like this in that the water rushed suddenly, even more suddenly than this. So folks who thought they were okay ended up flooding out. We live in Louisiana. We live with the water, sometimes in harmony, sometimes not.